We're the two grown-ass men who were just the only ones at Gem and the Holograms.
The only two people who thought, hey, we should go see Gem and the Holograms on a Saturday night.
Oh, I am predicting this movie's not going to do very well. I was not expecting us to be the only fucking ones in there. I'm glad we were the only ones in there.
Yeah, it was always, with a movie like this, there's always that odd moment when you're walking into it and you're about to turn the corner and suddenly just be in the middle of the theater. And there's always that awkward moment where you're like, I'm gonna round the corner. It's just gonna be like an army of like underage girls, and then like us walking, and they're like, it's like, no, we're not here with anyone else.
Oh man! But, like, especially since I'm pretty sure I went like fuck before we went right into the auditorium, because you had told me the length of the movie, which was a good half hour longer than
two solid fucking hours long.
What is with this shit being too fucking long lately? Between this, Woodlawn was over 2 hours.
This one would probably be a manageable length if you cut out every time they're actually singing.
Well, or all of the YouTube videos that this movie pads itself out with.
Or the montages.
Yeah.
Cut that shit out. Boom, we're down to like 40 minutes in and out.
Oh, you're right. It would have been so much goddamn shorter. You cut out the double Dutch shit in War Room, it's only about an 80-minute movie.
It needed that.
True. That was the more fascinating part of that movie. I'm not an expert on this show. Gem and the Holograms, that went right by me when I was younger.
Yeah, I remember it being a thing. You know, I remember seeing some of the show, just like, you know, it being a thing that existed, but I can't say I ever, like, sat down and, like, really watched it or anything.
Never seen a single episode of it. Like, when I was older and saw some clips, I had the vaguest memory of there being something on that featured characters that looked like that. That's it. Like this one, and
no, you're just thinking of Josie and the Pussycats.
Maybe I was. I'm just thinking of Josie and the Pussycats. But this one, for some reason, and I was not sheltered as a kid. I watched plenty of cartoons like this when I was younger. Fuck, I could probably tell you more about Mask than I could Gem and the Holograms.
Oh,
you know?
Man, I fucking loved that shit.
Yeah, Mask, yeah. I was Gem and the Holograms, right? Just went right by me. I have the vaguest recollection of it. So I'm about to say, so I'm not the target audience for this, but this movie was not made for fans of Gem and the Holograms.
Not really, no. Because there's precious little to do with it.
Oh, I know enough to know that this movie's bullshit. This is the most vapid, cynical piece of manufactured garbage since, like, fucking Glitter. Like,
that's a bold statement.
As a fucking adaptation, that's like if you were to go see, like, I don't know, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants and come to find out it's an adaptation of the Powerpuff Girls.
Well, this is kind of, because I was reading an interview the other day with the director, and he was saying that he intentionally just wanted it to be just the origin part of the origin story and nothing past that. So, like, his plan is like, oh yeah, when they make the next one, then get into, like, the actual, you know, meat and potatoes of things. So, like, wait, so that'd be like if you made a Spider-Man movie where the first half was just him hanging out with his Uncle Ben, not dead yet, and, you know, Aunt May. Then about, like, halfway through, he gets bit by a spider, and by the end of it, he realizes, like, so I can do, like, dumb shit now. credits, and then the next one will pick up with him actually being Spider-Man.
So they wanted, like, I got an idea. We're going to do a Ninja Turtles movie, but it's just 90 minutes of some baby turtles walking around a barrel of toxic waste.
Pretty much, yeah.
Fuck that! This movie was, I don't know if this script started out as a Jim and the Holograms film. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'm not too sure if it was.
Yeah, this thing, if they had put any other name in the world on it, it would have just been a coming of age, hey, these girls are in a band. That's it.
Oh, and not even a good one. Like, because even if I still didn't know anything about the show, which I really don't, but
this didn't really catch you up to speed.
Nah, like, I would still say that this is a fucking piece of shit movie. Like, this isn't one of those things where it's like, well, as an adaptation it sucks, but as a movie it's not too bad. No, this is crap. This movie is just fucking dog shit.
It's embarrassingly bad. Like, it's honestly, it's and not even just like small things like
oh, it's a small movie.
well, like just dumb things like, okay, like the girls in this are all teenagers. They mentioned at a point that they're all teenagers, and I missed at some point during like the first 10-minute like exposition dump.
We were talking a lot during this movie.
Like, constantly.
We were the only ones there. Fuck it.
But like the main girl, whose name is preposterous, Jerica.
And that's from the show, right?
Yeah,
like
I mean, it didn't make any sense in the 80s either. So, fuck it. But yeah, it covers like, oh, like her dad died, and then so she had to go live with her aunt.
Aunt Molly Ringwald. It's nice seeing Molly Ringwald back in something good, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Miss the old gal.
Yeah. But like I said to you, halfway through this movie, you just don't trust a movie where she doesn't have red hair.
Yeah, it's like whenever like people ask me like, oh, is it Brian with an I or Brian with a Y? It's like, no. Like,
you don't trust that shit?
No, I don't trust people that are Brian with a Y. I don't truck with that shit. That's no. That's wrong. You're spelling it wrong. You're spelling it like an asshole.
Brian with a Y and Molly Ringwald with movies where she doesn't have red hair. The two things you should not trust in this world.
Yeah, just don't. But like, their dad died. Well, the main girl and her sister Kimber. That's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But their dad dies when they're both kids, and they go live with their aunt. And like, there's video footage that it keeps showing of back when this first happened, like with the dad and stuff like that, and all of the footage is, for whatever reason, apparently being recorded on the camera from fucking Ghost Dimension.
Yeah. Like, I reached down to pull up my 3D glasses, but I realized I wasn't at that movie anymore. It's close enough. It's another Blumhouse movie.
Like, it's got like the huge like SVHS logo in the corner here, so it's filming on cassettes they can't even use. And
in what, like 2005?
Yeah, like that's the thing, is like everything looks like it's like the early to mid 80s, like how people are dressed, the way things look, the fact that they're using this giant clunky fucking camera. But if she's in her teens now, even if she's 19, almost 20, then, like, it's been a max of like 10 or 15 years. Because I don't know how the fuck old she was there at the beginning, but she was little. So 10 to 15 years. So it's taking place, like, those home videos are somewhere between 2000 and 2005.
Yeah. They did that shit in the new Fantastic Four as well, when like Reed and them are kids, and it's 2008, it's filmed and presented like it's supposed to be like 1986.
And like all I can think is like these younger directors, like it's like, oh man, okay, so we'll have this scene back when they were kids, and they style it off of how it was when they were kids.
Yeah.
In the 80s.
Oh hell,
which doesn't match up. Like this girl was a kid, like by the time like she's running around like filming her dad building the fucking robot from Earth to Echo. I mean, shit, like half the Harry Potter movies were out. Like, fuck, like I think I owned like a PS3 at that point. Like, it's not exactly the fucking point in time where she should be running around like looking like she just, woke up and wanted to go watch fucking Rainbow Bright.
Oh, I'm dressed like I woke up and just really felt like I wanted to watch some Friends.
Yeah.
Boom. How about some of that rockin' mac and cheese?
That is a good shirt.
It is. I love this shirt. No, like, and then later on, when they find the old family house and she pulls out the picture and looks at it, it looks older than, like, the picture Marty McFly has of, like, him and his brother and sister from Back to the Future. It looks like, I lean over to you, like, it's that picture of her and her sister taken in 1975?
Yeah, it was like one of those old, like, it was like a very old, okay, I know, like, people have older cameras and retro shit that they're like, using and all that, but, like, this thing was, like, a fucking, like, mid-70s Polaroid. It was like, what the fuck? Like, admit it, girl, you took a picture you liked, you ran it through, like, one of your Instagram filters, and then you printed that off.
This movie is, like, band movies like this is like the House of the Dead of those type of movies. Like how House of the Dead like did that stupid thing where it's showing clips of the game as it's going when the action's going on. It's cutting to clip of the games. This fucking movie,
because that wasn't jarring at all.
Yeah, it's jarring in this fucking movie. Whenever I don't even mean action. This movie's definition of action scenes is like heavy negotiation. So whenever that's going on, it's cutting to YouTube videos. YouTube video, like fucking clapping videos and shit. There's a part where they reference the water skiing squirrel. And in case you can't visualize that concept in your head, if you haven't seen that video, you're in luck. It'll show you the video right when they're done talking about it.
Yeah, I think they thought it was clever, like, during, basically, anytime where it would be an action scene, like an action beat in a normal movie, in here, it's usually, honestly, just negotiating back and forth over something.
Yeah.
It uses, like, these videos of, like, like a drum solo, like, battle between two guys, or like
drum war, bro,
like stuff like that, to show like the back and forth, like, oh man, that's such a clever thing you did. Or like, like,
it's like that scene in Lucy where at the beginning of it, when dude is like, oh, come on, all you gotta do is just take the briefcase right upstairs, and it's cutting to like
just like a lion like grabbing a gazelle, like, like
subtle. But and then throughout it, they're showing, like, people looking at the camera saying, like, Jim, help me change my life. I am able to be myself now. Like, wow, that's probably like 20 minutes worth of fucking scenes that are doing this in the movie. And it's like real quick though, I feel like this movie doesn't get into the dark side of the internet with scenes like this.
Nope, skirted right around that one.
All I'm saying is that this movie-going experience would have been a lot better and more memorable if there was one other guy in the theater, and it was some big old boy in the front row jerking off through the whole movie.
There's the internet for you.
Give him some bunny ears. Like, that guy is really ruining this movie for me.
No, I think he's onto something.
Wow, just look at him go, man. He's still going. He's just not fucking stopping. He hasn't even touched his popcorn.
That's for later.
So like that, it could have like shown like.
Well, yeah, like at one point they mentioned like whenever like they first put up a video of her singing.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And it's showing the immediate rolling ticking that YouTube doesn't do.
Not to my knowledge.
But apparently every movie that uses a scene where it shows a YouTube video does.
Yeah. I've been hitting.
Maybe I don't have that upgrade.
I've been hitting the refresh button like a sap. I didn't know. Just tick 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 tick.
But like it's showing like oh man like the counts are going up and like lots of thumbs up and then like out of nowhere that.
Oh, that made me laugh. Just a few thumbs downs pop up, but it didn't get into.
But then they got like this close. They at least acknowledged that not everyone on the internet is. Okay. Three people gave it a thumbs down. They're looking at this video, they're like, oh man, like here's a comment here, like, oh no, this guy doesn't like you. Oh, this guy really does. Oh no, this guy really doesn't like you. I'm like, just read that comment. Read the one where it talks about how like some dude's gonna come in and like rape her head.
Yeah.
Like, she dies.
Read the really stupid ones.
Get those ones in there. Throw that in there.
Yeah. Hashtag worse than Hitler. You are worse than the AIDS of a baby's dick. Not that I've ever been called that.
Not pulling from experience here.
No, my favorite one recently, this is not even that dark, but my favorite one recently is for the Passion video, where some genius said, what was it? It was something like, what the hell? This is just like jokes and mockery. This isn't even a review. What was your first tip? Was it the first or second time Mario and Luigi whipped the shit out of Santa Claus in a white robe? I enjoyed that.
With the internet, it's hard to tell. That guy could have just been an idiot, or he was just trolling other people to see what would happen. Like, there's some fucking blood in the water. Go nuts. Like, he had so many shitty responses queued up for just waiting for somebody to take the bait of like, it's like, this wasn't a review, right? Post. It's like, oh shit. Game time.
Game, set, match. Let's just see what fucking happens. I got nothing going on the rest of the afternoon.
It's 3 a.m. I got shit else to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't get it. Yeah, this movie kept it at a comfortable PG internet. Which does not exist.
Nope.
Although I do believe that this girl, Gem, could get millions of hits on her YouTube video because she is wildly mediocre. So.
Yeah. Yeah, but I've seen the comments on YouTube pages. Every single other one of those would be like, oh man, you're so hot, I want to fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen the internet. I've been there.
Oh man, pink hairs, carpet match the drapes.
Reply to that one, better not. I like a linoleum floor.
Block. Just gonna hide this user's comments. No, she likes it when people speak dirty at her. She hits always approve of this commenter.
Like, he's got like 10 more usernames to fall back on.
Yeah.
All right.
Got nothing else to do today. I am going to write to this girl until she gives me a thumbs up. So this movie is so small. This movie is wildly cheaper than I thought it would be.
This movie feels like it took place after the rapture.
Yes, it does.
I mean, 90% of this movie is in Los Angeles, and grand total, you probably see maybe 100 people.
Oh,
ever.
Yeah, it's like they almost have to put videos in there of people saying, like, Jim changed my life. I got her name tattooed on my dick. Like, I feel like it's gotta have, like, like those videos thrown in there. Because only like 1,000 people seem to exist in this universe. This is the biggest internet sensation of the minute. She's got a record contract, like entertainment news shows are talking about her. She is the #1 trending thing globally on Twitter. And yet, when we go to the concert of the #1 pop star in the world, it looks like it's like Veely's Planet over in Springfield.
Yeah,
like,
there's a smattering of people that showed up tonight. Some who meant to be there, and some who were like,
just want to drink.
Yeah, like, oh, hey, we should go down to the bar. Like, what's going on?
Yeah,
some live shit.
It'd be like if you were doing a movie about the #1 most lavish Broadway production in the world, but it looked like Sardou's stage from Bloodsucking Freaks.
Well, like, because even that one show she performed, it was in like a warehouse or something.
A thin warehouse. Like, there was only about 50 people in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's super exclusive ticket on this one, but the problem is when you have an entire warehouse to fill, and there's 50 people there,
yeah,
it looks like it's super empty. Or like the very like claustrophobic angles they had to keep whenever it was like them getting out of the car for the first time. Like, it's like there's gonna be paparazzi everywhere. Like, it's like, just look confident. And,
there's like
don't
3
be
guys.
Yourself. Like, yeah, it looked like in like fucking sitcoms whenever they're like,
yeah,
it's like, oh, turn this way, click, 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 and there's like 5 guys there, like, it's like, no.
Or like at the end when they're standing out to greet Molly Ringwald in front of this place they're performing at, and people in the background just don't give a shit.
They just walk right up to her. They walk through the front door and just walk right up to where she's at. Like,
yeah,
all of these people came here to see you, and you just came in through the front door in full gear. Like, it should have been no fucking secret.
Heavy, like no bodyguards, anything. Like this. I feel like the Faded Blue got a better turnout in Blast Off Girls. Like, that's what this movie, like, I feel like a movie like this best exists in the 70s when it's an exploitation film. Like Blast Off Girls. Like, man, like this movie, if it were made in the 70s, you'd have Colonel Sanders pop up halfway through it and be like, girls, you're alright. Here's that free chicken.
Like, thanks, the Colonel.
Yeah, or like one of the best exploitation movies ever made, Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. My God, watch that over this fucking movie.
Why did not one of them have a drug problem?
Why did not one of them turn out to be of the opposite sex, like in Beyond the Valley of the Dolls? There was one guy early on who looked like he could have been Z-Man. Like, oh man, it did say Blumhouse at the beginning of it, so the jump scare at the end could be this dude turning out to be Z-Man and chopping a motherfucker's head off.
You always gotta hold out for that one.
Yeah, after the lesbian tryst.
But yeah, it's like, and it the stakes have never been lower in this movie.
Oh,
like, immediately from the beginning, it sets up that it's like, oh man, it's like Molly Ringwald owns some vague business, and it's not doing as well as it used to. Vaguely, I guess. Like, they never specifically say what is happening. And then also, at the same time, they get a foreclosure notice or something.
We're gonna lose the orphanage. This is very bad for all 4 of the girls, who I think lived there.
They all seem to live there, and none of them have parents, I guess.
No.
I don't know where the other 2 came from. There's like
well,
these
2 of them came from Insidious 3.
Well, yeah. But it's like like, then these are my friends and they also live here. It's like, why? Did their parents also die or move away from not giving a fuck?
Mm-hmm. I feel like they're just staying on Jason Blum's couch.
That's probably true. Like, he's just up in the guest room, like,
yeah.
Can I come down now? I was gonna make some toast.
Like, this, I'm getting, when I posted the picture of for you in the empty theater, I like that picture. It makes I'm not in the picture. It looks like you went to go see it by yourself.
Me lording over my domain.
Yeah, doing the Captain Morgan. Like, someone mentioned, like, that, like, all of the movies that came out this weekend have bombed, but, like, this could not have fucking cost more than a few $1 million, and with it being Blumhouse, say what you will about a lot of their movies, he's a great businessman.
He knows how to stretch a dollar.
Yeah, respect, mad respect. I mean, like, when Blumhouse gets one that works, it fucking works, but...
I mean, it pays for the ones that didn't quite hit, but even then, when your budget is, like, $10 million and it barely pulls in 30, like, you know what? That's still a good success budget.
Like,
it paid for itself and then some.
They use, I like that business motto of, like, we're not going to spend $150 million on something that might not work and then just go fucking bankrupt. We're going to take all this money and fund about 100 movies. You're bound to have some gems in there somewhere, but, like, you're going to have some dog shit like this crap.
No, I think this one counts as a gem.
Oh, man. Technically it does.
But yeah, it's like, you know, this one, like, it's like, this one, not good. Like, Sinister 2, not good.
Gift, one of the best movies I've seen of the year.
There's your return on investment. Mm-hmm. Unlike fucking Pan, $150 million to make, turns 13.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Well, did get that sequel to Lone Ranger after all. So they have this Synergy robot, which is where the hologram and the title comes from. Misfits aren't in this movie.
Villains aren't either.
No. Well, I mean, if there is a villain, it's Juliette Lewis, who is having a rockin' time in this movie.
Really, even then, she's not even, like, the antagonist of the movie. There really, honestly, is no antagonist.
Oh, I would say it's Juliette Lewis.
Well, I mean, as far as, like, people who aren't genuinely good people, she's
the Bougie Baker of this film.
She's the only person who's not an inherently good person. But even at that, at the end of the day, she was doing exactly what is in her job title.
Well, I mean,
she was getting them all fucking paid in full.
Yeah.
She signed a record deal for that chick based off of a song she recorded in her bedroom and a new song that they performed live at an event.
I mean, she was doing crooked shit. Like, she was saying, like, you know, things like, you could be replaced with anybody, which they could, but, like...
Which absolutely true.
Yeah. But also, like, you know, there's the one conflict of the movie where Jem wants an advance on being paid to save her mother's house, which I really feel like this could have easily happened. Like, this could have, like, even if things didn't go well with asking Juliette Lewis for an advance, I really feel like she could have gotten... This is apparently one of the #1 stars in the world. I think just going on eBay and putting up about 50 autographs could have saved her mom's house.
It's like, oh man, like, that sucks. Like, okay, well, I'll put up, like, a fucking GoFundMe or, like, a Kickstarter or something like that. Boom. Profit.
Done. And so...
Cash in hand.
Juliette Lewis is like, oh, that's no problem. I'll give you the advance, but first you must sign this contract, so you'll go solo. And it's making Jem out like she's like a bitch for doing this, but in the universe of this movie where everyone's an idiot, I get why she signed it. Like, I get, like, okay, I mean, you know, I need this money bad. I gotta save my aunt. I gotta save my aunt's house.
It was exactly like the scene where Jerry Holler tricks Eazy-E and Straight Outta Compton into signing a contract that basically fucks over the rest of NWA. It was, man, like this should be a double feature. Honestly.
I hope to God at the drive-in it is.
There was something I saw over there on their sign the other day, some double feature they're doing right now. It was like Hotel Transylvania 2 and War Room.
Ah! Who the fuck is seeing War Room at the drive-in?
Who's seeing it second?
Yeah, that's the second feature. That's for when the kids go to sleep.
Like on the other side, it was like Crimson Peaks and like fucking Paranormal Activity. It's like, well, I wonder where all the cars are going to be.
Why
pointed.
isn't like Hotel Transylvania 2 makes a better fit with Crimson Peak?
They're both as spooky.
Yeah, they're both really scary. But I love this contract scene, though, because,
The completely non-binding contract.
yeah, she doesn't sign her legal name. She signs Gem. She just writes in print, so you can tell what it says. She just writes Gem on it. I'm not an expert on contracts or signing. Like, I mean, I know you can write X, and you know, so at
like
least you can in the cartoons.
Yeah, the old time, like, oh, if you're not fit to you know, write your own name, you know, just, you know, make your mark and just
Yeah, but Jim just writes it on there, and so that's just not binding at all.
But I love this contract. It's this thick, and apparently all she has to do is sign her name once on the top page. Like, I have never signed a contract that easy. It's more complicated than that. Whenever Ryan's like, all right, so here's the one for what we're doing now. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, like, there's like 10 pages, man. It's like, oh, just here and here, and this one's an initial, and here's like a W-9. It's like, fuck, dude, this is too much already. Like, it's like, I gotta get Juliette Lewis to drop my next paper. It's like, oh, just right here, and just honestly do whatever you want.
No, but Juliette Lewis doesn't run the company anymore. This ending is really bad for her. She doesn't run the company anymore, but she is still filthy rich.
She is not hard pressed for money. She just won't be consistently earning as much straightforward anymore. And honestly, if she went and talked to a lawyer, she could probably get all this shit. Like,
Right, because like they find because her husband is not among us anymore, I guess. So
we find out whenever he pulls out a, you know, like opens a safe. It's like, what's that? It's like, it's my dad's will. Like, oh, he's dead.
yeah, so Dad's will is in there, and Juliette Lewis, her son in the movie, who is a good 10 years younger than she is. So her son in the movie is the one who's put in charge of watching over the girls. And so at the end, he's like, I read Dad's will, and it said that I can take over the company whenever I feel I'm ready, and I feel I'm ready, which makes his dad an idiot.
Yeah, it's like, apparently he had the same lawyer draft up his shit as, like, Billy Madison's dad. It's like, you'll have the whole thing, but first you have to pass kindergarten again.
Yeah. I feel like that contract is way better than this. Like, that would be like if in Billy Madison he didn't have to do anything. Like, he did. It's more like the Tommy Boy contract.
Yeah.
Where Brian
It's like, oh man, my dad's dead. Well, I guess I run this now.
Yeah.
It's like,
You gotta hit the road with David Spade.
shouldn't it go to like the CFO or something, or like the board of directors
Nope.
to decide?
Tommy.
No, we'll just give it to him. He's clearly management material.
By the end of it, he totally was. He saved that company. He sold all those brake pads to Dan Aykroyd.
But like, even like the parts with her, like like the parts there were like they're like screwing her out of her own company. Like that kind of felt really reminiscent though to like the shit that was going on with like Courtney Love and like fighting with like, you know, her and Kurt Cobain's kid about like, who actually owns the rights to all that shit.
Yeah.
And, like that seemed very like similar to that, but I feel like I'm giving the movie too much credit if I'm going that far. It's like they didn't think that far. They just
She's secretly playing Courtney Love.
they just decided to give some wacky Scooby-Doo style twist. We're like, oh man.
This movie would have been amazing if it was Courtney Love playing that character. That would have been kind of great. Juliette Lewis is the best part of this movie.
She is just having fun.
Yeah, she is. She's really having a blast.
But yeah, it's nice seeing her do stuff, and like it's an interesting role because like it lets her be a little sinister, but like
yeah,
like she still though does seem to honestly have like at least to some degree like their best interest in heart, you know.
She's not letting them like drink, do drugs, or like she's go out past midnight.
She's securing her investment because she's honestly wagering a lot on the fact that, again, all of this for a girl who put up a 3-minute video on YouTube with no setup and no explanation.
Oh, yeah, but she's got tens of fans. Like that scene, the scenes where Juliette Lewis is like, here they are, Jim and not the holograms. They don't say that till the end, but she's like, here's the girls, and it's a crowd of like 10 people. 2 of them are holding signs. Hashtag Jim. Woo! Another sign like, I love you.
Well, and like, that's like whenever they were doing the whole like paparazzi like walkway thing there. It's like the other girls get out of the car first, and that was the first time that they had been seen in public. Because they're not in the YouTube video, and that was the only video they put up. So it's like, what? Why are they applauding for these random people who are getting out of a car?
I can buy because I feel like this crowd would applaud it goddamn anything.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. But no, I loved that whole contract part though. Just to go back to that for 1 second, just because like, again, like she signs at Jim, which again, totally not binding since it has the blank is automatically like it's already been filled in with her actual name. But not even that, just the fact that that's what she signs it literally like 30 seconds after Juliette Lewis just threatened her with the whole like anybody could be Jim, no one knows who you really are. It's like that's the biggest loophole in this contract. Like I was really waiting for that to come back around, you know, as like an actual decent plot point. It's like, well, I own you people. I can do whatever I want. It's like, read the contract. It was signed by Jim. And that could be anybody. Boom.
Yeah.
Like, I was waiting for something like that. Like, no, they just... Like, nope, there was a secret will.
A secret will in the safe with Jim's earrings, which is the other plot point in this movie.
One of the weirdest, most non-logic the sentence is just going off the rails because I cannot fucking think of the words to use for how stupid this plot point is.
The robot synergy in the movie it has different pieces that they're attaching to it, and the robot is this robot was built by her dad, and the robot is giving them clues to go through different places in Los Angeles. So her dad just knew that at some point in his kid's future she would end up at this rock show to find a piece on a guitar that's hung up on the wall, and back at this carnival, and the earrings that she's had on her ears, which, okay, makes the most sense that would be part of the key that they're looking for to put into synergy to get her final message from her dead father. But her earrings, unbeknownst to her, they go together in one piece and
like
light up
this little crystal.
Yeah, and light up like fucking magic that has just never happened in the 20 years she's owned these earrings.
Never noticed that they look like they're cut to where they would go absolutely together.
Yeah, so at the beginning of it, when Juliette Lewis is taking Jem's earrings because she's like, no, that looks too dated, so then they decide to just dress them in the most 80s looking of fashion throughout the rest of the movie.
But yeah, like she takes them to her office to like give them like weird like critiques on their style.
Yeah.
And like tells her like, oh yeah, no, those big chunky plastic looking earrings, like no, you gotta lose those. She's like, oh, but my dad gave them to me. She's like, it's okay, we'll keep them in a safe place.
It's like she's going to prison.
And then like this weird guy comes over with like this like ornate silver box, puts him in the box, and then walks over to a wall safe and then locks them away in her office. Is like, those look like dollar store like earrings. Those look like the earrings that come with like a fucking Halloween costume over at fucking Spirit.
And then they figure out that they need these earrings. These earrings are the last piece to put inside of Synergy to get this message. So then they have to break into the record building, into Juliette Lewis's office to break into her safe to get these earrings, and they're presenting it like it's now a heist film.
Like,
but if
they're acting like this went to like Ocean's 11 territory.
Yeah, it would be like if Danny Ocean owned the building that he was breaking into.
It's like, oh man, we need you to help us break into the building. Guy who's Juliette Lewis's son, who also works at the record company. It's like, why couldn't it just be that he goes there?
Why couldn't it be?
No, it involves like this, like going somewhere, like stealing her car from a valet.
Yeah.
And like driving across town with like the girl in like the trunk of the car. It's like,
because they wouldn't let them in. The son of the company's owner and their number one star. Like, I don't understand why they can't just simply ask Juliette Lewis.
Yeah, it's not some weird thing. It's like, you know, like those have sentimental value to her. Like she took him as like, it's like, oh well, it's a, you know, like this doesn't go with the style we need to cultivate for you. It's you know, like, okay, I get that, but she could easily just be like, oh, hey, can I grab those earrings back from you? I want to make sure I don't lose them somewhere. Like, oh, yeah, here the fuck they are, because why would she want to keep them?
Yeah. This is the fucking lowest of the lowest stakes I've ever seen.
It's only made into this big deal because they do it that way instead of just asking. Again, like it'd be like if Danny Ocean owned the casino and it was just fucking Andy Garcia that worked there.
Yeah. And
he just went up to him and was like, oh, hey, I need to move all the money tomorrow. And he's like, okay, and gives it to him.
Yeah.
Nope, gonna do weird shit that involves acrobats.
That would be much more entertaining.
I need to blow up at least one thing.
Yeah. I need this big money shot where we all stand in front of the fountain. I do have a favorite scene in this movie, and it's when Jem goes and sits in front of her old house. This is after the girls are all like, nah, fuck you, we're leaving. So Jem is sitting in front of their old house, and her sister then just shows up and is like, I knew you would come here, as you hear off camera. And this scene turns into this clown car of characters from this movie.
It's like watching someone like who's never seen like those little like Mastroika dolls, like those little nesting dolls before. Like, it's like, what's this do? Pop. Oh shit, another one.
Yeah.
What's this? This has got, oh my god. How many more does this go? Well, they're smaller and smaller.
I laughed my ass off. Like, so the sister and Jem are sitting there, and then the other two girls show up. Like, this is maybe like a 4-minute scene. And so the other two girls show up like, we too thought you would end up here. Like, boy, what if she wasn't there? Like, suddenly this movie gets dark.
Like, they all just wander there separately, like, wow.
In Los Angeles.
Really thought she'd come here.
And then the dude shows up. The son, who's like Jem's love interest in the movie. Juliette Lewis's son shows up like, well, here's what I think, and walks in the scene. Just nothing exists outside of the frame of this scene.
Yeah, it's because it's where she's sitting is it's a corner, like it's a corner lot house, and there's this big staircase that goes up, and then there's like an elevated yard, and then it goes up to the house, and she's on these stairs, so she should have a huge view of the surrounding area. So all I can assume is that they're just all like sitting like scrunched down like behind a parked like Prius that's a couple cars down, just one at a time, waiting for her to look the other way so they can pop out like, but I've always been here for you.
Yeah! And I was expecting it to end with Juliette Lewis showing up like, not if I can stop this, or, you know, like...
And then Molly Ringwald walks out from inside the house like, what?
Yeah! Girls, room for one more. The team's back together. Like, that would be like if we're reviewing this and 2 minutes in, Irving just comes in the back seat and starts talking about the movie too, and then Dave, and then Sarah pops in from the very back.
She was just sitting back there the whole time.
Yeah. Which actually I'm pretty sure has happened in some of these videos.
I think more than once some of these things have happened.
But it would be like if we didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, it's like, oh, hey, what's up, guys?
The fuck?
It's like you were at the movie too.
We just wanted to see what all the fuss was about. Somehow I knew you would be here at Gem and the Holograms on a Saturday night.
What else do people do on Saturday nights? I mean, really?
God, I don't get this. Like, I don't get wanting to just totally unapologetically just piss the fuck off of your fan base with this fucking thing. Like, I'm not even part of this fan base.
It's like, oh man, let's make a Transformer movie, but they never actually turn into robots. They just always stay looking like cars the whole time.
Here's the thing though, like, something like Transformers, or Ninja Turtles, those new movies come out, and it's just always a slew of bad reviews, bad fan reaction of, like, the cartoon series and things like that. Just, like, fans of the cartoon, fans of the old, like, just don't like it. They don't, but they still go see it, you know? Which I get. Like, I do. I get it. Like, even, you know, even if I wasn't doing this, I would probably still have gone to see Ninja Turtles. And, you know, when the new Transformers movie comes out, of course I'll be there because you're curious.
Yeah.
You know you're probably not going to like it, but you're just kind of curious.
There's a chance that someone like, you know, TJ Miller might die horrifically.
There is a chance Kelsey Grammer will be intense as shit.
So that pays off.
While movies like that, not terribly popular with the fan bases of them, they still go see it. If anything, just to complain about it afterwards. This though, I feel like the people were just like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna go see that.
I've never seen that big of a fan base for Gem and the Holograms. Like, I understand that there probably is one out there. Like, I'm not trying to say that there isn't, but it's the sort of thing is like, I don't think that anyone was like, it's like, oh man, well they made G.I. Joe and they made Transformers. What about Gem and the Holograms? Like, no, if anything, those people were sitting around saying, yeah, but what about Rainbow Bright?
What about Rainbow Bright?
I mean, really? What about her?
Yeah. When am I gonna get my Small Wonder? Jesus.
That's like, my favorite scene in this, though, like, has one of my favorite problems from this movie in it. it's this scene there towards the end when they finally put the little robot together all the way, and it's the message from
Oh God, yeah.
the message from her dad.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been a lot easier if he just made her a videotape.
You could have just hid it somewhere in the house. I mean,
Yeah.
apparently she's just never gonna look for it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But after this weird scavenger hunt that he assumed that he hoped that she would do one day, it plays this message, and he's like, pops on, and like he's a hologram of him, and he's like, Jerica, are you there, Jerica? Jerica, are you? It's me, it's your dad, and like starts going on about all this stuff, and like, oh, you'll always be my gem, It's like, I love you. I'm so glad. I wish I could have met the person you become. I just want to let you know that I love you, and your sister. It's like,
I know. I'm like, wow. He has a favorite.
did you forget you had 2 fucking kids?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. The other one was a baby when I died, so
I barely know the other one.
be like fucking making one of these for the mailman. Like, yeah, I fucking saw him once a week. Like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Fuck off. I'm gonna make 2 of these tapes. Then I'll have to put like, 2 other scavenger hunts throughout the city. I'm not gonna do just one. Just one message is good. I'm gonna pick my favorite.
And this cryptic ass name I had to come up with so that it could spell out synergy. Like, what am I doing? Synergy 2? Like, no, that makes no sense. I have no other names I could use for this.
I know. I'm like, and the sister is not, which is a good thing that she's not there to watch this, because wow, is she gonna have, if she were to see this, she's gonna have a lot of daddy didn't love me issues.
So, like, that's great.
Yeah.
It's great. It's your career. It's your band. And apparently it's your dad.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, just not another one of these messages for the sister, huh?
Nope.
Wow. Asshole dad.
5-minute video from beyond the grave that he figured would take at least a decade for her to piece together. 5-minute long video.
Yeah.
He mentions the sister once, about 4.5 minutes into it, and even then never uses her name, just says your sister. That's like one of those like weird situations you end up with when it's like a friend from like high school, like it's like you go over to their place all the time, like it's like, oh hey Tim's mom, oh hey Tim's mom, and like then like that's just how you always call her, and then one day like your parents are like, it's like, oh could you give this to Janet? And like, who the fuck's that? It's like Tim's mom. Like 5 years now, I've never thought once to ask what her name was. That makes a lot of sense, though.
God,
she looks like a Janet.
But god damn, she can cook. Dead ass, though. Your mom's hot, Tim.
It's like, guys, shut up. It's weird when you talk like that.
It's your mom, dude. Yeah. Is there anyone you would recommend this movie to? Where is this on the... Because you've seen far more John Chu movies than I have.
His movie catalog is just weird. It's like, oh man, like, did like G.I. Joe and like that Justin Bieber documentary. Is like, you're kind of just all over the place, man. Like, I got no gauge for what kind of movies you should be doing.
I don't know. This, from what I know about him, this seems like a movie he should be doing. And I don't know if I've seen another one of his movies, but I know he did the Step Up films. I mean, is this worse?
I would have honestly rather have watched one of those.
Yeah, because I don't remember... I've not seen those movies, so I mean, but just going off of like you and Irving talking about them, like, it seems like this is like This movie's not even ambitious. Like,
no, and that's like,
this is cynical fucking garbage.
it's like Step Up 4 was literally a remake of Breakin' 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole like trying to save the rec center from like the evil business that was trying to take it over through the power of dance battles. It's like
this is Save the House, kind of. Sort of.
But yeah, it's like, you know, even with that, like, it at least, you know, like, it seemed like it tried. I mean, it was dumb, but at least you could tell everyone in it actually was invested in making it.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't seem to be the case here.
No.
That really seems like they are banking that fans of Gem and the Holograms are going to go see this just because it's called Gem and the Holograms. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, they're banking on the fact that nostalgia will beat out common sense.
Yeah. And you know what? That happens a lot.
It
like,
does.
I mean, we talked about that with other adaptations and things like that, but I do know fans of this show, and not a single goddamn one of them have said anything even close to, well, I've still got to see it, or think, hardly. Quite the fucking opposite.
And yeah, I think that so many problems in this movie, especially with people going to go watch it, would be solved if they just had used a different name.
Yeah, I mean, that would... If they'd used a different name, yeah, I mean, the movie certainly wouldn't have gotten the rage it got after the trailer came out, but if it was called something else, only like 10% of this review would be gone. Like,
Yeah.
it would still be the other horse shit that we're talking about.
I mean, yeah, it still wouldn't be great. Don't you know, think I'm saying that, but
No, I don't think that, but like...
yeah, I mean, a lot of the fan, like, lash out at it. I mean, it would have just been like, it's like, huh, well, that's a trailer.
Yeah, it'd be like, yeah, okay, that's...
But at this, like, you know, having it named that and having, like, so little to do with anything, like, yeah, all you're going to get is people just, like, bitching about it, and then you're going to end up with people that know those people, like, it's like, oh, hey, should we go see that one? Like, you know, no, I was talking to the guys the other day, like, it sounds like it's a real bullshit thing, like, it has, like, I don't know, it's based off some cartoon, and it's terrible adaptation. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I don't want to go watch that then.
Come on, dude, we gotta watch it for the site.
That was a hard one when you sent me that text. Like, you want to see Jim and the Holograms? I'm like, no.
Just not even for the site. You just want to go.
Like, I got a free night tomorrow. What you doing?
Like, oh, there's a 7 and a 10. Which one you free for? Let's make it 10. Make it the ass end of the night.
That was part of my... Yeah, because I was like, okay, well, I'm trying to get in some more movies today. You know, watch some more horror films for the month. And then I was like, you know, 10 o'clock works because then, like, you know, we can finish up what we're doing. Mm-hmm. I can go see this. We'll talk about it. And then I'll just come home and go to sleep.
Yeah, like, you and I pretty much crash at about the same time anyway. Like, I was totally fine with seeing this at 10 because I got, I watched Friday the 13th 6 for the site, so I had enough time to watch that and get the video written. It's cool with me. I love that fucking movie. I'm down with that. So I came here, well, I guess, like, my final thought on this is this movie is, it's, I mean, if you have, like, I don't know, a teenage daughter who would like something like this, fucking show her better fucking movies.
If you have a teenage daughter who would be into this, your daughter's an idiot.
Watch Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, please, over this shit. Pop in Blast Off, girls. At least you'll have Bougie Baker being a dick, and it's awesome.
It's like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of good stuff out right now. You know, Crimson Peaks is still out. That's still my recommendation.
Crimson Peak's good. I had a blast at Last Witch Hunter. I'm not gonna say it's a good movie. It's a great double feature with Season of the Witch.
It's a great dumb fun movie.
Oh yeah. But I did. Well, actually, I guess I could go into Rock the Casbah right now.